Hey everyone, Brennan here, looking at Penpot today. Penpot is a Figma alternative that's open source. It's completely free, free for life. You can run a desktop app, you can run it as in the browser, and you can also self-host it on a server that you control. It's either homepage here has a sort of a preview of what it looks like. This is part of Penpot 2.0, which just released this week, which has CSS Grid, which is really cool. I'm going to show you that quickly today. So if you want to check out Penpot, you can read more about them. They have an about page that talks about their commitment to open source and open standards and bridging the gap between designers and developers. And so at the end, we're actually going to be able to export the file from Penpot into CodePen and check it out like that. So let's just jump into it, right? So sorry, I'm jumping around here in my tabs. Um, Come and sign up on their site. You can check it out. It's free, totally free to use. You can have multiple projects. There's no limitations on the product. It's not a freemium product. So once you sign up, you will have a dashboard that you see all your projects in. There's some libraries and templates that you can choose from. Make your new project. You can create a team, various drafts and libraries, all that good stuff. So let's just go ahead and open up this new blank project. And if you've ever used Figma, it's very similar. We've got our tools here. This is new in Penpot 2.0 that you have your tools in the middle here instead of over on the left-hand side. We've got our pages and layers. We've got assets, all the stuff you're used to. Let's just go ahead and put a board, press B to make your board. And there's also some style presets right here. I can choose from various mobile devices. I'm going to choose a web project, 1920, right? Or Shift 1 to show the whole thing. And we've got our board. So what can we do with it? Let's go up to, let's just throw some component library in here. We got our local library here, but if you hit libraries, there will be some shared libraries that you can choose from. There's Ant Design Library, Material Design, and some wireframing kits. Let's just add Material Design. And we'll come back to our, we see our Material Design kit here. We've got our components. Let's just throw a card in here. Okay, so we've got a simple card. Move that around, of course. You can duplicate it, move stuff around. What's the power of Penpot 2.0? We got CSS Grid, actual CSS Grid. So if I come back to my layers here, I can click on this board. And under layout, there's flex as well as grid. So actually, I've deleted my card. So I want my card back. Let me click on my board again. And if you do flex layout, it works like you're used to. It will center things. You can, you know, just like you're used to in a page builder, you can center things and align it within there. We've got some padding top and bottom. Let's make this a little more reasonable, like 120. And you can see it's flexing within there. Let's change it to grid instead now. So let's change it to grid layout. And there's a really very nice visual grid builder. So we've got one FR and one FR here, and we can add another one. We can add another row. And these will, you can resize these to be whatever size you'd like. So we can also, let's go ahead and duplicate this so we can see it duplicate in the other grid, right? So our grid, let me see, what do we have here? We've got a bunch of padding on our grid. Let's just get this to be even here. So there's our grid layout, and we can come back in here to edit the grid, and we can add additional rows, additional columns. So let's go ahead and come back here and duplicate a couple of these, and you can see it filling in the grid columns here, right? And if we undo that, Control Z, and if we select the grid again, and see how it's saying it's adding it in the column. If we do it to row, then it will add it across, and I can duplicate it across in the row like that, and it'll try to fill the row, and then it'll go down to the column. Okay, so what else can we do here? Let's look at our grid items here, and we can put this to 100% width, so it'll fill that, and 100% height. All right, so let's delete those and let's duplicate that one. And it'll start duplicating across and it's filling up the full grid area, right? And of course you can select these and you can change the colors on these. So let's choose like this background and we'll choose like that primary there or secondary color. Yeah, so it's very easy to style things and you've got your full grid here. What else can we do on the grid? Let's open up our grid layout, edit grid. And if I zoom in here a bit, I can click on any of these items and it will select it and lets me have more options. So if I select it, you'll see there's two different arrow states. I don't know how you definitely can't see that well. There's a sort of double arrow, and then if I keep going down, single arrow. Which double arrow will let me stretch the grid item. So if I click and drag down, that will change it so I can make bento grids, right? So I can select this grid item, make it bigger, and I can do the same horizontally, just like that. So you can quickly override your grid areas and create unique grids, you know. You could also put a little gap in between these, right? And yeah, very nice to see a Figma alternative that is open source, completely free, and has beautiful grid. Because look, I can also, there's another tab up here called Inspect. And I can click that, and we will actually see the code for the design that I've just created. So I'm over here selecting the board. I can see the CSS. Let's copy that, and let's post this into here. And we'll come and grab that, paste that in there. And oh, it's a little broken, but we've got our grid working more or less. And this is probably just me not, doing the layout correctly, to be honest. But anyway, yeah, so it's very nice to be able to export that to a code pen and be able to see it. And it's actual CSS. It's not some proprietary file, which is kind of the whole point of Figma, of Penpot versus Figma. Penpot is committed to this open source idea of open file usage and open file types. So anyway, hopefully that is useful to someone out there. I really like what Penpot's doing. There's a bunch of other stuff in the 2.0 release. You can come to their website and there's a banner here at the top. You can click that to read it. There's some great videos that they're releasing, so check those out as well. And yeah, there's like a new UI stuff. There's new components that are being sort of reworked. And again, as I said, CSS Grid, lots of good stuff. Lots of stuff to love about this project. So yeah, check it out. Go sign up and let me know what you guys think. All right, take care. Bye.